here and Lou's down, waiting on Travis Tucker to get her fixed up. It's Christmas Eve. Can you see all the snow falling outside this window? Now, I know what you're all thinking. You're all thinking, she can't see outside that window. There's so many decorations in the way. But I can see it way beyond this window. Out there is the town of Christmas, with rows of small houses all decorated with lights, and snowmen on the lawn, and an old barn sitting on the small right beside Ice House Road, and a big old Folgers coffee sign tucked just beside the Baptist church. Now, if you all want a real education, just plop yourself down here and lose down here. You're gonna find 3 of the feistiest gals you ever did meet. And as for the 3 men in their lives, well, heck, they hightailed it out here hours ago. Went fishing. What they did on Christmas Eve caused quite a stir around here, let me tell you.
It's awful chilly out here. People need to learn to respect the weather. Myra, how many times have you heard the minerals carry your tree today?
Not rain, no snow, no hail, no sleet shall keep me from my appointed rounds. Just about 1,000,000 times.
Sure, the weather won't keep you from your rounds, but a cocoa and cookie will.
Don't ask for input, Stan. Grow up!
If you ask me, growing up is way overrated.
Even Bill's work isn't grown up. Taking tourists fishing on the lake, why, he's more like a big Boy Scout than a grown man. I still don't understand why he went along with Dave's scheme to get out of town today. It's just not like Bill. Smoke! I smell smoke!
Smoke! I got a strike that
On fire is more like it. Somebody get the fire extinguisher. Edie, we're gonna be a little longer.
Miss Boo, can I help?
Never mind, Mark. Won't be the first time we've had to deal with secondhand smoke. You might want to introduce yourself to Cindy and Mavis, though.
Hello, Cindy. Hello, Mavis. I'm Mark Riley.
Howdy, Mark. It's nice to meet you. I noticed you're studying over there.
I was, but I can't make myself think anymore.
I'm sorry, Mark.
Mark's in his first year in med school. We're hoping to open up practice right here in Christmas after he graduates.
That's a plan, Miss Boo. But in the meantime, I'd best be getting home before that snow gets any deeper and the smoke gets any thicker. It was very nice to meet you, ladies.
And nice to meet you, Mark. And good luck with all your studies. The world can always use another good doctor.
Merry Christmas, Mark.
Merry Christmas!
Now there goes the nice boy. Of course, I don't care much for his father. Real strict, if you know what I mean. Won't let the boy do much of anything but study.
Well, at least when the time comes, the boy will have a firm grasp of anatomy. Now it's about genetic. I mean, it might.
Oh, for crying in the soup. I'm gonna have to start all over again for the pies for the Salvation Army. I'll never make it over to Della's in time to get my hair done. And look at my nails. Mama's counting on us being there by 5. She hates when dinner gets cold.
Now calm down, Barbie Joe. You look just fine.
I look like an unmade bed. That's another thing Mama can't stand. Unmade beds.
Stop worrying about your mother. Just because she can't go a day without a buff and a polish doesn't mean you have to. Listen, have I ever told you my theory about kiwis?
Is it gonna take long? Because I'm running late. Real late.
A kiwi is pretty much the ugliest fruit I have ever seen. It's brown and hairy and kind of scary. It almost looks like something you'd find on the north end of a southbound cow. Anyhow, one day some brave person decided to look beyond the kiwi's outer shell to see what was inside. Lo and behold, it's the prettiest, tastiest little fruit you've ever seen.
Are you trying to say I'm brown and hairy?
It's not what's on the outside, Dr. Joe. It's on the inside that counts.
You think.
Forget about Dallas today. If your mother makes some sassy comment about it, just tell her you baked extra pies to throw into the Salvation Army and you felt that was more important than being a dad. And if that doesn't work, just tell yourself, I'm cute.
Well, since nothing seems to shut Mama up, here goes. I'm a cutie. All right, my little singing angels. Who knows what time it is?
Every time!
Yeah, I'm gonna go fishing.
Now, the more voices the better, I always say.
Anybody else?
I'm on call tonight, kids. Have fun.
Let's go already. Next month, we're the vacation is Nelly.
Where's Miller?
She's taking the kids caroling.
No reason. Does there have to be a reason? Here, you take the fire extinguisher. I don't know how to use it.
I think it's too late, Sam. Chicago's already burned to the ground.
It looks delicious. Apple or cherry?
Apple.
My favorite, burnt apple. Except I usually put a little bit of whipped cream on top and some cinnamon too.
Good Lord, she's right. If I put a little bit of whipped cream on top, nobody'd know the difference.
Barbie Joe, are you seriously going to donate burnt pies to the Salvation Army on Christmas Day?
Why not? There you go, Darlene. Cut yourself a slice and tell me how it tastes.
No. Now stop this. There's no way I'm letting Darlene eat this.
Why not, Lou?
Because the white stuff on top usually means not fit for human consumption. Darlene, don't you have customers to take care of?
Well, not really. Cindy and Mavis are the only ones here.
Hey!
Oh, and you guys.
Thanks! Then find something useful to do with yourself.
Cindy and Mavis, while we're waiting for Travis to fix your truck, would you like to sing some Christmas carols with me?
Well, I like Christmas music and all, but I ain't much of a singer. Trust her on that one. Darlene, leave those poor people alone. They've had enough suffering for one day. They don't need to listen to your version of Jingle Bells too. Give them some peace.
Now you're both driving me crazy with what you're doing. I'm starting to itch. It's Christmas Eve and I'm itching and twitching. Now don't be looking out that window again. You know your Dave and that manger tree will be just fine. They'll be home with their tails between their legs before you know it.
Hey!
And Darlene, stop the caterwauling. It sounds like you're field dressing a cat over there.
Molly, always getting carried away on holidays.
And Barbie Joe, quit muttering. I'm a kiwi. Save it for later when you really need it.
I can't help it. My Dave's a butcher, the best in the county. Every year he brings home a prize turkey for Christmas Eve dinner. Well, not this year. This year he decides to go fishing for something. If I know Dave, he'll probably bring home a skunk fish or something.
Just to be a stinker.
Besides, picking at me about my hair and nails, Mama's gonna have a field day with this.
Dave wouldn't do that to you. He's a good husband and a great father. He may be in a stint, but he won't make things worse than they already are.
He's still a guy. Instead of being out playing in the snow, Dave should be home with Robbie and Becky reading "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" and singing "Hark the Herald Angels Sing."
Oh, I love that one. Heart of
Rolling around on the floor with them, letting them climb all over them, spilling their hot cocoa and puking up Christmas cookies. It's tradition.
You worry too much, Barbie Joe. Now just stop it.
That's easy for you to say. You and Bill don't have kids.
Yeah, well, we're trying. Of course, Bill will be spared the joy this year of having kids climbing on and puking up Christmas cookies.
Well, I don't go much for the puking and all. And Jimmy doesn't let me bother him while he's watching the ball game. Maybe that'll change once we're married.
Did I tell you that Dave's been fixing up that old shed out back of the house? He put in insulation and ran a cable from that there TV box out there. I think he plans to use it as a hideout or something. He doesn't love me anymore. He doesn't love the kids. My marriage is over.
Oh, no. Barbie Joe, you know Dave loves you. He loves Robbie and Becky. He even puts up with your mama. He just might need some space right now. Guys are like that sometimes. Holy fright, that snow is really coming down.
Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him, as they shouted out, blink, blink, yippee! Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Well, folks, I'll be shutting up now. I'll check back with you later.
Well, then I suppose I should head out too. I have to finish my route and I have to take turkey out of the smoker.
Myra, you just put your turkey next to one of Barbie Joe's pies. That'll smoke it up right.
You're a huge scam.
I best head down to the lake. They don't sell itself, you know.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to
Remind me when I wanted kids to go.
Now, Barbie Joe's Dave, Lou's Bill, and Darlene's Jimmy were at the lake fishing. Dave's avoiding his mother-in-law Verna on Christmas Eve. He didn't seem to mind the fact that the all-guy fishing trip also got away from those sweet kids. Seems to me Dave has had his fill of being a family man, at least for the moment. Dave's trying to make a point. He wants Barbie Joe to decide where her loyalties lie. It's either Christmas Eve with him and the kids, or she's off to summer to another Christmas Eve dinner with her mother, like she does every year. Barbie Joe's making a point too. traditions, no matter how distasteful, must be upheld. You know, it seems to me a lot of poor choices are being made by the people here at Christmas. Usually it just stirs the pot. Now, them boys at the lake sure had a big part to play in the story that was unfolded. The storm, they just made sure they were where they had to be and when they had to be there.
Slide on over, Camilla.
Hey, do you think he's fine? Why don't you get yourself a fish house?
Nothing like being in the fresh air. Sit down and stop your belly aching. Hey, who's making all that gold darn racket over there, huh? Oh, it's a veteran fisherman I see. Well, sit down and first get all the fish with you, hooligans.
Sorry, Mr. Larson.
Yeah, it's slippery up there. Sit down, you sorry lot, and listen to the tales of the man-eating muskie. Remember the story, Camilla?
Yeah, yes, we knew what this should be. Ranging an old Mickey boat?
Ah, that's right. You see, boys? I took my pa's boat out to catch the monster muskie. Ooh, he was a big one, all right.
How old were you?
How big was it? Let's see. Had to be about your age. And the muskie probably had been about, this big.
No, bigger.
Yeah, probably, this big. They were hungry for some teenage meat. I hooked the beast, but it fought so hard that it pulled the board right out of the boat.
Huge hole.
It was enormous. The water started pouring in like Niagara Falls. Now listen carefully, gentlemen.
I swear, Jimmy, you couldn't catch a cold, much less a fish. Could you make any more noise over there? Whew. Between the stink and the noise, we're never going to catch our limit. Why don't you just dangle a flashing sign that says, "Fishermen overhead"?
Hey, well, that's where my fault. I don't know donut print I made that monster batch of chili. I usually stick to spam before going on. I have a very delicate stomach.
Delicate? When you get to eat the chili, you should have your body registered with the Defense Department as a weapon of mass destruction. Hey, talk about standing up when? By the time you were done, there was a 2-foot snowdrift behind you. Anyhow, you fellas better head back into the town.
No? Why? You giving up already? Just because of one little setback?
Nah, I'm just making sure that you guys haven't changed your minds.
Changed my mind. It was you who asked Otis if we could use his fish house.
Yeah, but it was you said you wanted to get away from Bobby Joe, and Jimmy who said he wanted to get away from Darlene.
That's because you said you wanted to get away from Lulu.
Look, all I'm saying is I can't remember a Christmas since junior year that you haven't been with Bobby Joe. It's just not like you doing Christmas over a little bit of unpleasantness from Bona.
Well, I needed to show Barbie Joe who wears the pants in his family.
And just who would that be?
If it ain't Bobby, you would pants my fish house.
Yep. Come on, you know every year she drags me out to Verna's for Christmas Eve dinner. And then it's off to the midnight service. In between, she spends the entire night telling us both what losers we are. Then she starts in on how I should have married that creepy Lance Madison. It didn't used to bother me much, but now that the kids are old enough to understand, I had to put my foot down.
Yeah, we've done such a good job putting your foot down that you really stepped in it this time. You're little Barbie Joe and the kids reading Hammock Grandmas. Verna finally won. She got rid of you for Christmas, and that's what she wanted in the first place.
Now you guys are being a bit rough on Dame's monster-in-law, wouldn't you say? Lou says that Bona's kind of like a kiwi.
Kiwi? What's that?
It's a metaphor for something. Can't be good though.
It's a fruit.
No kidding.
Lou says Bona doesn't really hate you, Dave. She just wishes that your occupation was something a little bit classier than a butcher. She says all the blood and guts get to her.
Lou said all that?
that and a lot more.
Well, forget what Lou says. What do you say?
I got nothing to say except what Lou has to say.
Lou says it's about time you and her start having a family. Is that what you say? Are you ready to adopt somebody else's kids? No. That's why you're up here fishing and smelling Jimmy's recycled chili. Face it, we're all desperately trying to get away from the women.
And that gentleman is well not married.
Can't live with them, can't live without them.
Only you ain't living with Darlene.
Well, everything's got its time limits. Ain't that right, Jimmy? Time constraints?
Time outs, you mean? Look at my pipes, maybe stay in the corner.
With the pointed cap on.
A witch's hat is what it was.
Like a wizard.
A dunce cap is what it was.
Hey, let's all just calm down here.
There comes a time in every man's life where he has to do what's right and stand up for his pride. Now, I was hoping Barbie Joe would agree to stay home with me and the kids this year, but she insisted on going to Bertha's for Christmas Eve dinner. It's a tradition, she says. Well, I've got a new tradition, and it's got nothing to do with Bertha Jenkins. The new tradition is we can come up here for some guy time on Christmas Eve. Bill, you can teach me and Jimmy some of the survival skills you learned in the military. We'll be like Rambo with mistletoe.
Rambo with mistletoe? Or like Rambo with frostbite?
Barbie Joe has to choose between me and that alligator mama.
Alligator?
Yup. Gators, one of the few species known to eat their own young.
Now this feud between you and Bona doesn't sound very Christmassy for Barbie Joe. Now all I'm saying is that if we're gonna make this into tradition, let's just make sure that Jimmy doesn't get too close to the chili next year, eh? Matter of fact, I'll bring some of Lou's brand muffins just in case.
Well, if you guys had decided to stay up here till it's time to go to church, we'll still be able to get some grub and get back to town before Christmas dinner. If Jim is done with his silver symphony, we'll still be able to get some fresh fish for Christmas dinner.
It appears as though my delicate system seems to have quieted some.
Yeah, well, if your delicate system acts up again, I have a roll of duct tape in the truck.
Speaking of the truck, why don't you get up there and grab some Slim Jims and make some pork rinds? Oh, and check the weather report. That snow is coming down heavy when you're coming out here. I don't want to get snowed in with you guys overnight.
Snowed in with just the guys. Might be a nice, quiet way to spend Christmas.
Well, I didn't leave too much firewood here this fall. There's no food except for the Doritos in Mountain Dew. So let's just keep an eye on the weather, okay?
Listen, I like you fellas and all, but I can't get Sloan up here either. I have a Christmas Eve date to attend to tonight, and she's a darn sight prettier than any of you.
Oh, you paying Darlene a visit then?
Well, nothing official or anything, but Darlene and I have a staying date on Christmas Eve.
Lou mentioned that Keith Parker was sniffing around the diner asking questions about you and Darlene. From what Lou says, Darlene hasn't completely shut him down yet.
Keith Parker? Isn't he the guy with the highlights in his hair and plucked eyebrows?
Yeah, I hear he mankini waxes his chest hairs too.
What? Well, Darlene isn't interested in anyone but her Jimmy boy. Our personal lines on the internet said we were a perfect couple. She wouldn't break a staying date. Even if I forgot to mention it to her.
Shrimp happens, Jimbo.
Dave's right, Jimbo. Women can be awfully funny about that type of arrangement, especially if you're not married. They get going on and on about being taken for granted. Next thing you know, you're sleeping with the dog on the couch.
Dog? I don't want no dog. I always thought cats been nice pets. They kind of think like us, you know? Smart, cunning, sleek.
Cats may think like us, but women sure don't.
Cats? I thought guys were supposed to be like loyal hound dogs.
Guys like a lot of animals. I'm trying to explain to Jimmy here about women.
Oh, well, you go right ahead. Enlighten us all.
Being hitched to a woman is a lot like being a beekeeper. Most days, the beekeeper doesn't mind the investment in daily care because he gets a little bit of honey out of the hive.
Is this a birds and bees story?
No, you idiot. All Bill's trying to say is that women fancy themselves the queen bee. And the queen bee lives to be kept and pampered. She expects the best of everything and don't tolerate no rivals.
That is right. A pretty little honeybee walks by in a mini skirt and smiles at you, and the queen bee gets whole for sure.
Wait, bees doesn't wear skirts or crowns. Well, they know who the queen is.
Now, there's only one queen to a hive. Every other bee is either a worker or a drone. It's a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week job. If you want to keep the honey flowing, you gotta be able to keep the bees happy.
You know, I hear bees are soul employers, always talking to each other, like the busybodies downtown, always telling each other the fresh gossip they need to know.
Do you mind?
Heck no, go right ahead.
Please continue.
We're waiting.
Alright, well, as long as you're only dealing with one bee, you're pretty safe. But if you're dealing with the whole hive, you better keep your beekeeping mask tighter on your shoulders. If the queen's not happy, nobody's happy.
My head hurts.
Weren't you supposed to be checking the weather in the truck? Remember?
I hate snow. Whoever owes a dreamt of White Christmas should get hung by his bootstraps.
Hey, not there. Anybody at home?
Yep.
Okay, boys. Here's the thing. You're in a doghouse, something fierce back to town. You better be catching the big ones till you make up for it, don't you know? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a break on the biggest, meatiest spikes I got. Seeing it's Christmas Eve and all, how about a big, juicy handful for $5?
$3.
Looking forward is a deal.
Pleasure doing business with you. Happy fishing, boys.
Yeah, always good business.
Hey, how much did you pay her?
That was a 10!
So, there's Lena, and I tried saving her, and BAM! The biggest snap you ever did see come out of nowhere, knocked her clear across the boat, back into the water. And I moved quick, don't you know? And I snagged her by the arm just as the snapper shot past again. Woo! It was a close one. But Ole, poor old Ole. Now he wasn't so lucky.
What happened to Ole?
Yeah, what did happen to Ole?
For shame, Sven. Telling little ones your ugly tales. And you, Camilla, encouraging them. I never saw the likes of it.
Nah, we're just giving the boys some friendly advice.
Yes, teaching them life lessons.
Yeah, I bet. Boys, the best thing in the world. Snow's coming off here. Shit, parents be worried sick.
Yeah, you better get home, mama's boys.
No, I can stay, but you better go home with Smitty.
No way, I'm staying here.
Well, sit down and listen good, because this story could save your skins one day. It had been about 20 or 30 years ago. Me and Ole were back in the worst blizzard of a century. You couldn't see your own hand in front of your face.
Sure, he's gonna be out in the ice.
I don't mind telling you guys. Feels good to get away from all of Blue's adoption talk for a few hours. Lord knows that woman wants a baby, but yapping at me every minute of the day isn't gonna help.
Those are your lucky stars. You know how tired I am of being climbed on, rolled on, pounded on, puked on every second of the day? Those kids think I'm their own personal jungle gym. I have more bruises on me than a week-old banana. I can't wait to start using my hideout cabin for some peace and quiet. Did I tell you I got the last of that installation installed over Thanksgiving? That place don't look like much, but it's gonna be a real retreat. I love Barbie Joe and all, but with Verna and those ankle biters around, I think finishing that hideout's gonna be one of the best investments I ever made. Trust me, Lulu may want to be a mother, but fatherhood ain't all it's cracked up to be.
It can't be that bad. But Lou does want to be a mother, so what choice do I have? I think I'd make a good dad, though I'm not as young as I used to be. Heck, if I ever get tired, I can always buy a baby chain, and I can always buy a baby leash and a choke chain if we need a break. Yeah. Anyway, if ever gets real bad, I can hang out with you in the hideout cabin, right?
Absolutely. Welcome Matt's always out for fellow weary fathers.
Well, I got spot for one more in the fish house. We want to know, bring your own wood.
Do what you want with the adoption and all, but when it comes to having kids, I think Jimmy and Otis are probably some of the smartest guys I know.
Jimmy and Otis are the smartest?
Yep.
How do you figure that?
Because they've been smart enough to never get married in the first place.
Darlene, honey, I don't mean to pry, but do you know what you're doing there with that fire extinguisher?
Well, not really. But these instructions look pretty simple.
Lou, you might want to get out here. I think Darlene's fixing to use the fire extinguisher.
Darlene, what are you up to?
Well, you see, I was fixing to use this here fire extinguisher foam on the inside of the windows here. They look like snow. I see it all the time in the big department stores.
Oh, for dumb Darlene, it must be snowing between your ears. There's plenty of snow outside. We don't need it in here, too.
Now, wait a minute, Mom. I'm thinking extra pies to go into the Salvation Army. That's more important than female vanity, isn't it?
Barbie Joe, your pies are done.
Nobody said you had to love him, too. Just be decent to him. If not for my sake or the kids' sake, then for the sake of the season.
Barbie Joe's in a barbecue with some smoking out here.
I know you think I shouldn't have married him, Mom, but then you wouldn't have your grandchildren.
Barbie Joe, pies, now.
That's medicine! That's it, Mom. I think I just heard the bells ring on my pie. I gotta go.
Forget it. Whose orders are knives burned? Your pies are still raw.
Well, what? My mother's livid. That batch of pies isn't cooking fast enough, and I look like an unmade bed.
Unmade bed. Barbie Joe, I think you've already used that one.
And it's all because of Dave. Why? I never leave him on Christmas Eve to go fishing.
Well, no, Barbie Joe. Men are different than us. Take Dave, for example. He's basically like a cat.
I love cats. There's about a dozen of them in the barn, and every time I go there, they always follow me all over.
There. You see what I mean? No. You leave the door open, and a cat will be down before you can say so much as a how do you do. You won't know where it's at, and it's probably for the best. You can yell yourself hoarse, but a cat won't come home until he's good and ready. And when he finally does come home, he settles his furry little butt into his favorite spot, and he doesn't move until he's good and ready.
This is starting to sound familiar.
A cat messes up the furniture and leaves hair in places you really wish you hadn't looked. It's a good thing they're cute and playful once in a while, or what woman in her right mind would want to have one?
I once read that cats sleep about 90% of the time. Isn't that something?
So what you're saying is that there's no hope at all, and I should just take Dave to the vet and have him put to sleep?
Well, there's always hope, Barbie Joe. I'm just saying you can't expect Dave to act like a dog. they always come home.
Well, so do dogs. My Jimmy's gonna get me a dog for Christmas.
And who's going to take care of the dog when you're here 10 hours a day? You've already had your hands full with 3 horses, a goat, and a llama, and a barn load of chickens.
Well, Jimmy will help me take care of it.
Are you serious? Jimmy can't even take care of himself.
Oh, that. But maybe if I try real hard, I can change it.
Oh, for crying in the soup. Change him? What are you talking about, Darlene? You met him on that dating website. What was it called, Lou?
Clodhoppers.com.
There. And what was their slogan?
They cater to bulls and beauties.
Well, I tried getting city boys, but they just don't understand me. I had one suggest that we move to the city, and I could use his garage as a stable for my horse. Now I can see that boy hanging out on stalls in the land.
But Jimmy's a hog farmer. Some of the boys in town might suit you better. Keith Parker, for instance.
Keith Parker! I heard that he waxes, he plucks his eyebrows and highlights his hair. Della says he spends more time in her salon than I do. I heard that he even waxes his chest hair. No, I'm gonna marry my Jimmy. He just doesn't know yet.
You just let us know when he figures it out.
That front step's getting mighty slippery, Miss Lou.
Mark, what are you doing here? I thought you'd be halfway home by now.
I forgot Ma's pie, and she will skin me alive if I don't have the Christmas dinner. Oh, hey ladies. I ran into Travis in town. He said your truck would be ready within an hour. Looks like we'll be back on the road to Georgia tonight after all.
Well, that's great news, Mark. It'd be nice to get back on the interstate before the snow gets much worse.
That reminds me, Miss Lou. There's a stranger out front, just standing in the snow.
What?
A girl. I ran into her outside. She said her name was Mary Sue, and that she just got out of the bus. But she won't come inside. I think she needs help.
Hell, what are you talking about, Mark?
Now hold on a minute. Mark, there aren't any buses that come to Christmas anymore. There used to be one from Wadena, but that was a morning bus, and it stopped running years ago.
Well, she's up there, all right? Come, see for yourself.
Well, I don't see anyone.
Neither do I, Darlene. Mark, you picked a bad day to start pulling tricks. I, for one, am not in the mood. Look at that snow.
It's not a prank, Barbie Joe. She's right there. Well, golly. She was there. She was there a minute ago, I swear it.
Sure, and she just disappeared into the snow.
Right. Gosh, Barbie Joe. I don't know where she went. But she was there a minute ago.
Miss Lou, it looks like you got company.
What's that, Mavis?
Look behind you. It appears you're not trying to change your mind.
Well, I'll be.
Now, right off, something about that girl caught my eye. I didn't realize she was pregnant until we set her down and took off her coat. She seemed so lost and alone, like a tiny orphan animal. She looked so young and fragile, and that big pregnant bump looked so out of place. I couldn't help but watch and see how this next chapter of my Christmas story was about to unfold.
Well, how do you get in here? I didn't know about it.
You must be Mary Sue. I'm Darlene. Nice to meet you.
Where are my manners? I'm Lou. You already met Darlene and Mark. That's Stan and Barbie Joe, and those lovely ladies over there are Cindy and Mavis. They're just here. Why don't you let me take your wet coat so you can sit down?
Thank you. Oh, it's sure nice and toasty in here.
Been baking pies all morning. Happy afternoon, too. I'm burning up. But I'll cut you a slice if you mind to wait.
Hope you like whipped cream. I do. But I won't be staying very long. I just came in to get warmed up and I'll be on my way.
On your way, but you still haven't told us where you came from, how you got in here, what bus you took.
I'm not really sure. Truth be told, I don't know why I got off the bus when I heard the driver announce, Christmas, next stop, Christmas. Well, I just gazed out at your town. So quiet and still, like the world just stopped. And, well, here I am. There's usually a voice in my head telling me what to do. It points me in the right direction most of the time, so I've been listening to what it says.
Good grief. Darlene, is this a friend of yours?
Now, there's nothing wrong with listening to that voice in your head. My great-grandma told me that voice is just God telling you what he wants you to do. That's it. That's it exactly. Like God himself wanted me to stop here at Christmas.
Well, if I were you two, I'd start looking for another tour guide.
Leave them alone. They ain't doing no harm. Well, no matter the reason, Mary Sue, we're glad you're here. Are you staying with family in town?
No, I don't have any family. My husband died in a car accident. He had no insurance. But me and my baby will be our own family soon enough. That's amazing! When's it due? Sometime next week. I'm hoping there's a hospital or somewhere I can stay nearby. But if not, I'll find a way. I always do.
Well, there's no hotel in town, and if you're not staying with family, you'll have a tough time finding a bed tonight.
Well, I usually just stay at the homeless shelter. So if you point me in the right direction, I'll be on my way. Well now, there's no homeless shelter here at Christmas. Probably because we ain't got no homeless.
Well, that and everybody in town. Everybody in town is related to everybody else in one way or another. I've been baking pies to donate to the Salvation Army over there in Ferndale, but that's not
Oh, Miss Lou, maybe I should call my dad. See if you could check her out.
No, please. I don't need to be checked out.
Calm down, Teddy. When was the last time you were at a doctor? I thought so.
It's hard to go to the doctor without insurance.
You know, that's not a bad idea. Old Dr. Riley can make sure your baby's all right, and we can check with Sheriff Bradley to see about smoke! I smell smoke!
Oh, not again.
Darling, where's that fire extinguisher? It's around here somewhere.
Here's a bucket of water.
Darlene, we got a fire extinguisher now.
Quit yelling at me!
Darlene, relax, hon. It's just another fire drill.
Well, you know how I get under pressure, Lou? Just let me think.
There's a fire extinguisher on the building in hand.
I got a cup of water, that'll help.
That's okay, boys. It's not bad, just a lot of smoke.
Yeah, I see that.
That's okay. I didn't feel like baking pies for the Salvation Army over there in Ferndale. I'll just send him a check.
It'll certainly save lives. And
She's gone.
Who's gone?
Mary Sue.
Mary Sue, where'd she go? Her bags are gone.
you better get after her, Mark. She'll get lost in that storm for sure.
Yes, Miss Lou. Should I bring her back here?
You know my policy. I'm open as long as I have customers.
I'll be right back.
I'm calling Bill.
Calling Bill? What about calling me?
Bill's the only reliable tractor in town. We've given those boys enough time to blow up their steam. It's time for them to come home and start acting like men. Mark's been because my marriage is quick.
You don't think she's lost, do you, Lou? I mean, really lost?
Oh, for dog. Well, dog.
I'm not sure I know what to do.
Who's Mary Sue?
We were all real worried about Mary Sue. I kept hoping Mark would find her and bring her right back. But as the weeks dragged on, an unhappy gloom settled over the diner, and all of us inside. The weather taking a definite turn for the worse. The wind was making that mournful howling noise it makes when a real blizzard sets in. I never much cared for that noise. Personally, I always thought it was a bad omen. I couldn't stop thinking about that poor girl, all alone in the storm. I had a bad feeling, a really bad feeling, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger.
You're nearly frozen now. We'll never make it back to town now. There's an old cabin around here. Maybe we can find it.
Are you sure, Mark? I don't think I can go much longer.
I remember Pa mentioning that he had to go up here to stitch up a man's hand. Of course that was a while back. I don't know where everything is and...
Mark!
Oh!
Please help me. I really made a mess of things to die.
Oh, come on. Easy now, easy now. You just lean on me. And Mary Sue, could you pull your own weight just a little bit?
Be quiet.
Okay, 10-minute intermission.
Good grief, Dave. You scared me to death. You look like Sasquatch.
You look like Boston the Redneck Snowman. I get some circulation back in my feet.
That ain't no ordinary snowstorm out there, boys. I saw sandstorms in the Gulf that weren't this ferocious. Now, Dave, you want to hide from your monster-in-law, do it in your own cabin. As the rest of us, if we don't get off this lake now, we're going to be snowed in up here for weeks.
You're probably right. Besides, I miss Barbie Joe and the kids. Maybe I should forget about putting my foot down this year. I can always take a stand next year.
Snowless.
Did I tell you my hideout has all the comforts and conveniences of home? There's a kitchen, a living room, bedroom, bath.
Cable TV?
Yeah, microwave too. I picked it up last week at Stan's garage sale.
Who could ask for more?
Hey, I got a message from Luke. Yeah, that storm's turned into a blizzard. We better be getting into town. I'm gonna see if I can call her back.
I'll go get the truck warmed up.
That truck's the only thing you're gonna warm up tonight.
Let that be a lesson. Let that be a lesson, Jimmy. That's what happens when you get married and have kids.
Heck, I know that. That's why I didn't see a ring through this man's nose. Darlene and I, we've been, she's been chasing this hunk of country ham since we met through clodhoppers.com. Of course, a hog farmer couldn't do better than find a girl. Yeah.
Well, if you get a girl that can use a computer, you got one with brains.
Are you
True.
talking about Darwin?
Of course, I ain't quite ready to give up the playing field just yet.
The thing is, the field doesn't seem to be giving you as much playing time as it used to, old buddy. Pretty soon, Darlene's gonna get bored, toss you in for a rookie.
What? Turn into Jimmy the Love God? She wouldn't do that. You have an understanding. She knows how I feel. You don't need some piece of paper to tell us we're a married couple.
You see, women love that piece of paper. They love the officialness, the permanence. Think about it like having the pink slip on your truck. It gives them that extra pride of ownership.
I think it's like a 68 Camaro.
More like a 74 Railway with driving tailpipe.
Right. Well, Darlene's just fine with the way things are.
Lou's told me more than once that you're going to lose, Darlene, if you don't make a real commitment, and I mean soon.
Commitment? It sounds so final.
Horrible.
Jimbo, did you think of turning off the ignition when you're done checking the weather in the truck?
Huh?
You left the key on, you boomalack. Now the battery's dead. Stuck up here. Gonna miss Christmas Eve dinner with my monster-in-law. How could I let this happen? And you better not talk.
You better not
And
shout.
I'm telling you why. freeze to death, that's why! Alright, I'm gonna try calling Lou again.
Well, if worse comes to worse, we can always use Jimmy as a source of renewable fuel.
I'm gonna try myself out. Darn it, no signal!
I can't believe I won't be with Barbie Joel for Christmas Eve dinner.
Seems to me that's the reason you brought us up here, wasn't it, Dave? Mister, I got my own masculine, testosterone-filled hideout.
No signal. Look, if we can't make it into town, we're just gonna have to make the best of things. We're gonna have to find a way to stay warm. Old Man Wilson's got a shed about a mile out. There could be some firewood in there. If not, we can always just grab a few slats off the side and bone that. I don't think his cow is gonna mind too much. There's a bit of a draft up there on us.
Oh yeah, good idea. Maybe if it's cold enough, we can get some ice cream from them cows for Christmas Eve dinner.
I can't believe I won't be with my family for Christmas Eve dinner. God is punishing me for being stupid.
Hey, if God punished you every time you were stupid, you wouldn't have time for nothing else.
Well, I guess I know who to blame for wrecking my Christmas Eve with Darlene.
Jimmy, you only think you have a date with Darlene? Did you even get her a present?
Well, not exactly, but she doesn't need that kind of material stuff. She loves me for me, not for what I buy her.
Believe me, a woman may love the cupcake, but she ain't gonna be happy unless that cupcake's got a nice thick layer of icing on top.
That derelict doornail, mine's not working either.
You guys don't seem to get it. We need to get home. I need to get out of here. My family needs me.
Pull yourself together, Dave. Cell service is obviously down until the storm blows over. We need to get to the shed. You don't see us freaking out, do you? Do you?
Listen, if I leave my stuff here, I can make it back to town. I'll walk. It's not that far.
Not that far, just dangerous. You get lost.
Otis is right. You'll be a redneck popsicle before you ever get to Granger's Gulch.
Jimmy's right about Otis being right. The only thing that makes sense is for us to stick together and head to Old Man Wilson's shed.
Fine, you're all right. I just hate this. Let's get bundled up and get over there before the storm gets any worse.
Out here who'd enjoy some Christmas singing. Hello, gentlemen, about to call it a day?
Yeah, about that. Millie, did you notice the snow at all?
Well, of course I did. It's like a picture postcard. Breathtaking, isn't it?
It is. It's a blizzard. You girls need to get home.
Oh, we're headed that way. We've come to get the boys. They're fishing with Sven.
One go over.
Much obliged, gentlemen. All right, girls, what should we sing next?
Oh, Christmas tree. No, we sung that one already.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can see there's no such thing as Santa. Jeffrey and Grandma, we believe. So there you guys are. All right, guys, grab your gear and let's go.
Wait for Sven to finish his story.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he pulled himself out of the hole in the ice, and he dragged himself to safety. Well, I think you're all smart enough to know what happens when you put something wet on dry ice. What? Oh, come on, what happens when you put your tongue on a flagpole?
It sticks.
Of course it stinks. Honestly, always.
Yeah. You better believe that Oli was stuck to the ice like a stamp to a letter. And he might have stayed like that forever too, if it wasn't for his gal Lena. She went out looking for him when he was late to supper. She yelled loud enough for the whole lake to hear. She says, "Oli, Ole, when I catch up with you, you're gonna be one sorry man. Yeah, but then she sees Ole laying on the ice like he was hugging it for dear life. And she laughed so hard that it made a crack in the ice and the water oozed up to and stuck him. It was a miracle. Is that true? Would I make a thing up like that?
That's been only those two stories.
He tells stories, that's for sure.
Well, at least they're always entertaining.
Oh boy, well, I suppose it's time to go. Come on, off with you. Let's go. Ice fishing is hard work. So, Miss Miller, what's the next song you want to sing?
Well, I guess we could sing We Wish You Merry Christmas. Ready?
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I don't know what we're gonna do, Mary Sue. I can't leave you here, but you can't have the baby here. My cell phone isn't working. I can't even call for help.
Mark, please help me. I'm about to give birth.
Here? You can't have the baby here. Gee, Mary Sue. We have to think of something.
Let me know what you come up with. Meantime, I'm gonna sit down this way.
No, don't sit down. No, don't open your coat. No, Mary Sue. Don't make it easier. Not here.
Oh my God, Mark. Help me squeeze.
Hey, what are you stopping for? What's the big idea?
Fellows, we've got company.
Jimmy, what are you yapping about? Move, will ya?
Yeah, what? Wilson's cosplay and spin the bottle? Mr. Webster.
Thank goodness you found us.
What are you doing out here with this weather?
Who on earth is that? Oh, that's Mary Sue Archer. She's new in town. Just got off the bus.
Man, that kid's a fast worker.
It's complicated.
Complicated. Right. Please tell me, Mary Sue. What are you guys doing out here? All right, man. Sorry I asked.
It's a long story, but we don't have time to explain. She's about to have a baby.
Baby? This ain't no place to have a baby.
That's what I've been telling her.
Can't you find a coat to put a stop to her for a while?
We might be able to bring her to the hospital if we take her in your truck.
Truck's got a dead battery. We can't get to town either.
I'm not feeling so good, Mark.
Yeah, I'm not feeling so good either.
What do you want, Bob? You see your hog hitting you both all the time. Maybe you should get in there to help him.
No way. That thing is going with a curly tail in the snow. I don't know which of this.
You need to build a sled or something to get her back to the fish house. Dave, check that trunk. Jimmy, get in there and help him. What about me?
Get out!
How old do you think she is, Bill?
21. 21, 22 maybe. Get to work on the sled. You need a knife.
Heck no. Been hunting since I was a little kid. Of course I have my own knife. Dave, can I borrow your knife?
How about this? You use this thing?
Dave, you know what that is? That's a hoof pick, you idiot. Unless you plan on going in there and cleaning your feet. Let's just keep looking. Mark, how close is she?
Oh, it's coming!
You know what? You're never gonna believe this, but I think she just said it's coming, Mr. Lester.
All right, Mo. You're in med school. You know this stuff. Get in there and see what you can do.
Okay, Mr. Lester. I'll do what I can.
Hey, I found some bag balm. I don't know. Smells pretty good. I don't know. Jimmy's the farmer. Hey, Jimmy, what's bag balm?
Now, hold on just a minute. I keep my work really professional. I don't get involved in beauty treatments.
All right, it says here. Can you hold that? Apply liberally to others. Heels cracking. Soothes discomfort from chapping.
Very soon. Put bag balm in the near future. Oh, touchy, don't you think?
Oh, Lord. Oh.
What in the name of heaven are you doing in here?
Having a baby.
Let's stay out of their way. We can practice our carols. Perhaps something soothing.
We'll need it.
Jimmy, that's great. I think maybe you'd be better off by yourself.
Hey, stop yelling at me. My dog isn't feeling so good all of a sudden.
Quit your whining. You can't have a. You gotta get to work on that stick. You can't have a baby in here now that everybody's showing up.
Hey, why do I have to keep the sled ready? Who do I look like? MacGyver? Stop bossing me around for a change.
Would you stop worrying about who's doing what and get moving? That baby ain't gonna wait much longer.
Who asked you? I don't see you doing anything to help. Same as always.
Hey!
Jimmy, do this.
That's mine.
Jimmy, do that.
How about Jimmy? Quit your yapping. Well, looky there. We managed to get that baby born after all. I do declare we're four pretty smart farm boys.
Yeah, well, we might be the wisest men in Minnesota, but right now, I gotta go. I'll be back.
Congratulations, Mary Sue. Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy. Isn't he beautiful, Mark?
Hey, shut that door. We got a baby in here.
Oh, really? Listen, Bill.
Barbie Joe, we agreed I'd handle this. Okay, Bill, start explaining. What are you doing here in Charlie Wilson's shed?
They do have a baby in here. Darlene, do you still have that derringer in your purse?
Well, sure, Barbie Joe. Why?
Because if Dave's there and Bill's there, then that's Jimmy in that stall.
What? Jimmy wouldn't do that. Jimmy Weaver, you in there?
Look, Lou, this is all just a big misunderstanding.
You're telling me that's not a girl in there making those sounds?
Well, technically, it is a girl, but we didn't bring her here.
How could he? Charlie bullshit. Where they weren't supposed to be in the first place.
I'm putting the scene.
Well, what made you come looking for us anyway? It's not like I'm not glad to see you. I mean, I am.
Mama was right. You are just a man after all.
Your mama ain't never right. I ain't no man and I can prove it.
Is that my Jimmy in there or not?
Not!
Then where's Jimmy?
Outside, seen a man about a horse.
Lord, Frostbite.
This is the worst Christmas Eve of my life. I can never trust you again.
Yeah, thanks for dragging Jimmy and Bill into your problems. Did you ever stop to think that we might like to have him home on Christmas Eve?
Is that what you told her? That I dragged you along? You didn't have the cojones to tell her that you wanted to come up here this weekend?
You wanted to get away too? Kids! Said we need a family. Why would you want to get away on Christmas Eve?
Listen, Lou. You ever stop to think about how all this adoption talk you do makes me feel like less of a man?
What did you say?
That's right. The one thing you want on this earth, I can't give you. How do you think that makes me feel? So, when I was hanging out at the VFW last night, and I saw Dave and Jimmy, and we got to talking about fishing, it seemed like a good way to clear my head. That's it. But it only took one day of insanity with these three to understand I made a mistake.
Insanity? Hey, none of this was my fault. The only thing any of us managed to kill was the battery on the truck. And I certainly can't be blamed for the blizzard. The whole thing's Mary Sue's fault.
Mary Sue!
He's right, Miss Lou.
Mary Sue, what incarnation?
This is my son. Mr. Wexler, Mark, and the others helped me deliver. They really knew what to do. I'm thankful that they were here for me.
You see, Barbie Joe, your mother's all wrong about me. Fathering comes natural to me.
Well,
Go ahead, Lou. You can practice when else comes along. By the way, I was thinking this baby could use a set of godparents, if you wouldn't mind. Lou and I would be glad to help you raise your child. Think about it like our gift to you.
That's so kind of you. But I don't have a job. I don't have a place to live.
Couldn't help it over here, Lou, but would it be okay if Darlene quit her job because she didn't need it anymore?
Doesn't need her job.
That's right. Guess what? We're getting married. I'm gonna be a husband.
Make sure you meet her mama first.
Consider our gift to you and the baby.
How'd you ladies know how to find us anyhow?
I stopped by Sheriff Brentley's office to use his GPS machine to track your signal's location. So we checked here first. And Cindy and Mavis drove us up here. Our pleasures, folks. One emphasis for the world.
It's so crowded, I shut up and barely breathe.
You know, I was thinking, Barbie Joe, maybe since everybody else has given Mary Sue and the baby a gift, maybe we have something for them too.
What are you up to?
Relax. I think you're gonna like this. We have this cabin on our property that I've been fixing out the past couple of months, and it may not look like much, but it has a kitchen, a bedroom, living room, and a bath with indoor plumbing. And it's fully insulated. Like I say, it doesn't look like much, but we'd be honored if you come live there for free. Free of charge.
But if you've been fixing it up, you must need it for something.
Not really. I need my family more. Consider it a gift from all of your friends here in Christmas.
That's so kind of you. I don't know what I did to deserve such kindness from such people I just met. I can't imagine a better place to live than here, of all my friends I've made for Christmas. Thank you all.
That's amazing. We just met Mary Sue a couple of hours ago, and now she's 2 people instead of 1. Like a miracle. Think of it, Lou. A baby born in a stable on Christmas Eve with our 3 men here to witness the whole thing. Just like the 3.
don't even think it.
Nah, that's too far-fetched, even for a Christmas miracle.
I feel like singing a Christmas song. Really? Sing it. Listen, the storm has stopped. What should we sing? Oh, I know! Silent Night!
Virgin wish you a